What if the key to colonizing distant planets isn't just about building rockets or finding water, but about rewriting the very rules of life itself? Synthetic biology, the cutting-edge science of redesigning living systems, is opening doors to possibilities that once belonged only to science fiction. From creating organisms that can survive in the harshest environments to engineering entire ecosystems on alien worlds, this field is redefining what it means to explore the cosmos. Today, we're diving into how synthetic biology could revolutionize space exploration by crafting alien ecosystems, ones that could sustain life on planets where nothing currently exists. But this isn't just about technology, it's about the challenges, the ethics, and the profound implications of reshaping life itself. So, let's take a closer look at how this groundbreaking science could change the way we think about our place in the universe. Synthetic biology is like giving nature a blueprint and asking it to build something entirely new. At its core, it's about redesigning living systems to perform tasks they weren't originally designed to do. Think of it as taking the building blocks of life, genes, proteins, and cells, and recombining them in innovative ways, almost like a molecular-level version of engineering. But instead of steel and concrete, we're working with DNA and enzymes. This field isn't just about tweaking what already exists. It's about creating entirely new biological systems from scratch. To understand how this works, let's break it down. Synthetic biology borrows tools from biology, engineering, and even computer science. It's a fusion of disciplines where scientists use genetic sequences like lines of code, programming cells to produce specific chemicals, materials, or even behaviors. For example, researchers have engineered bacteria to produce life-saving medicines, crops to grow in harsh climates, and microorganisms to generate clean energy. These breakthroughs aren't just lab experiments. They're already reshaping industries like medicine, agriculture, and energy. But what makes synthetic biology truly groundbreaking is its potential to go beyond Earth. As we dream of settling on distant planets or moons, we face a daunting challenge. These environments are barren, hostile, and utterly devoid of the ecosystems we depend on. That's where synthetic biology steps in. By designing organisms that can survive and thrive in alien conditions, we could create the foundation for self-sustaining ecosystems. Imagine microbes engineered to produce oxygen from Martian soil, or algae designed to grow in the icy oceans of Europa. These aren't just sci-fi ideas, they're possibilities grounded in the science of today. To appreciate how synthetic biology could transform alien environments, it's essential to first grasp its principles. This isn't just about modifying existing life forms, it's about reimagining life itself to suit environments we've never encountered. And as we push the boundaries of what's possible, we're not just engineering biology, we're engineering the future of life beyond Earth. Picture a world where the sky glows faintly red, the air is thick with gases no human could breathe, and the ground is a frozen wasteland. Yet somehow life thrives, life that didn't evolve naturally but was designed to exist in this alien environment. This is the vision behind alien ecosystems, a groundbreaking concept that pushes the boundaries of what we think is possible. Unlike Earth's delicate balance of flora and fauna, these ecosystems would be crafted from the ground up, tailored to survive in conditions that would be lethal to most forms of life we know. The key to this vision lies in synthetic biology, a field that allows scientists to rewrite the genetic code of organisms. Imagine reprogramming a microbe to withstand extreme cold or engineering a plant that can extract nutrients from toxic soil. These aren't just hypothetical ideas, they're the building blocks of alien ecosystems. By tweaking DNA, scientists could create organisms that not only survive, but also work together to form a self-sustaining environment. Think of it as designing a puzzle where every piece, from the tiniest bacterium to the largest plant, has a specific role to play. But why go to such lengths? The answer lies in the future of space exploration. As we look toward colonizing other planets or moons, we face a daunting challenge. These places are nothing like Earth. Mars, for example, has a thin atmosphere, freezing temperatures, and soil laced with perchlorates, chemicals that are harmful to most life. Sending Earth-based, there would be like dropping a fish into the desert. Alien ecosystems, however, could be the solution. By designing specifically for these environments, we could create a foundation for sustainable colonies, turning barren worlds into thriving habitats. The possibilities are as vast as the universe itself. What if we could engineer algae that produce oxygen in a carbon dioxide-heavy atmosphere, or fungi that break down toxic compounds into usable nutrients? These are the kinds of innovations synthetic biology could bring to the table. It's not just about survival, it's about creating ecosystems that can adapt, evolve, and even flourish in the harshest conditions imaginable. And while it might sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, the science behind it is very real, and the implications are profound. This isn't just about colonizing space, it's about redefining our relationship with life itself. Alien ecosystems challenge us to think beyond the limits of Earth's biology and imagine what life could look like in the most extreme corners of the cosmos. It's a bold vision, one that combines the creativity of science fiction with the precision of cutting-edge science. And as we continue to explore the possibilities, we might just find that the universe is far more habitable than we ever thought possible. The first step in crafting alien ecosystems isn't about designing life, it's about finding the right stage for it to thrive. Think of it like this: you wouldn't plant a rainforest in a desert without first understanding the soil, the climate, and the resources available. The same principle applies to creating life beyond Earth. Before we can even dream of synthetic biology solutions, we need to identify where these ecosystems could realistically take root. Mars, for instance, is a prime candidate. With its thin atmosphere and cold, arid surface, it's a far cry from Earth's lush environments, but it's close enough for us to study and potentially modify. Then there's Europa, one of Jupiter's moons, hiding vast oceans beneath its icy shell. The presence of liquid water makes it a tantalizing target for life-sustaining ecosystems. And let's not forget exoplanets, worlds orbiting distant stars, some of which may have conditions surprisingly similar to Earth. But here's the catch: each of these environments comes with its own set of hurdles. Mars, for example, is bombarded with intense radiation, while Europa's subsurface oceans are locked beneath miles of ice. Exoplanets, though promising, are light years away, making them a challenge to study, let alone terraform. Synthetic biology doesn't just have to create life, it has to create life that can survive and adapt to these extreme conditions. This is why identifying the right environment is so critical. It's not just about picking a planet or moon, it's about understanding the unique challenges each one presents and tailoring our biological tools to meet them. Without this foundational step, any attempt to build an alien ecosystem would be like trying to light a fire in a hurricane, futile and doomed to fail. So before we dive into the science of creating life, we have to start with the science of choosing where it could thrive. Synthetic biology takes a bold leap forward in the second step of this process, designing organisms that can not only survive but thrive in the unforgiving conditions of alien worlds. To tackle this challenge, scientists are turning to extremophiles, remarkable Earth-based life forms that flourish in environments we once thought were uninhabitable. Picture microbes thriving in boiling hot springs, or bacteria surviving in the crushing depths of the ocean. These organisms are nature's proof that life can adapt to extremes, and they provide a blueprint for what's possible. By studying and modifying the genetic code of these extremophiles, researchers are engineering organisms tailored to the unique demands of alien ecosystems. Imagine a microbe that can extract oxygen from a barren atmosphere, or a plant-like organism that converts toxic compounds into breathable air. These bioengineered life forms could serve as the foundation for self-sustaining ecosystems, performing critical tasks like recycling waste, generating food, or even stabilizing soil on a barren planet. The potential is staggering. Synthetic biologists are already experimenting with tweaking genes to create organisms that produce essential resources, like oxygen or nutrients, in environments where such things are scarce. This isn't just about survival, it's about creating a thriving, balanced ecosystem that can support future human exploration or even colonization. These engineered organisms wouldn't just be passengers on an alien world. They'd be the architects of a new, livable environment. What makes this approach so groundbreaking is its versatility. By starting with extremophiles, scientists can design organisms that are resilient, adaptable, and capable of performing multiple functions. For instance, a single microbe could be engineered to produce oxygen during the day and recycle carbon dioxide at night, mimicking Earth's natural cycles. This kind of innovation opens the door to ecosystems that are not only functional, but also sustainable over the long term. But it's not just about the science, it's about the vision. These engineered organisms could transform a lifeless rock into a vibrant, habitable world, paving the way for humanity's next great adventure. It's a reminder that life, even when designed in a lab, has the potential to shape the universe in ways we're only beginning to imagine. So, how do we design an ecosystem that can thrive on its own, light years away from Earth's support systems? The answer lies in creating self-sustaining systems, ones where every organism plays a specific, interconnected role, just like the intricate web of life we see on our own planet. Think of it as building a community where every member has a job to do, and each job supports the others. On Earth, plants take in carbon dioxide and release oxygen, while microbes break down organic matter into nutrients that feed the soil. It's a delicate dance of give and take, and replicating this balance is crucial for alien ecosystems. The first step is designing organisms that can work together in a symbiotic relationship. For instance, photosynthetic organisms, similar to plants or algae, could be engineered to produce oxygen, providing a breathable atmosphere for other life forms. At the same time, decomposer organisms could be designed to break down waste, turning it into reusable nutrients that fuel the system. This kind of closed-loop cycle ensures that nothing goes to waste and that resources are continuously recycled, much like how nature operates here on Earth. But achieving this balance isn't just about creating individual organisms. It's about designing an entire network of life that can adapt and sustain itself over time. Imagine a scenario where a synthetic photosynthetic organism thrives in the low light of a distant moon, while another organism processes its waste into essential compounds. Together, they form a partnership that keeps the ecosystem running smoothly, even in the harshest conditions. The key is to mimic the resilience and adaptability of Earth's ecosystems, ensuring that these alien worlds can support life long after humans have stepped away. Of course, the challenge lies in predicting how these organisms will interact over time. On Earth, ecosystems evolve over millions of years, with species adapting to changes in their environment. In an alien setting, we're essentially fast-forwarding this process, designing life forms that can establish equilibrium quickly. This requires not only a deep understanding of biology, but also a touch of foresight, anticipating potential disruptions and building in mechanisms for self-correction. The ultimate goal: to create ecosystems that are robust enough to survive and thrive without constant human oversight. This isn't just about making life possible on alien worlds, it's about making it sustainable. And while the task is daunting, it's also incredibly exciting. After all, this is about more than just survival. It's about creating a legacy of life that can flourish far beyond our own planet. Energy is the lifeblood of any ecosystem, and without it, even the most carefully designed alien habitats would collapse. Here on Earth, sunlight fuels the vast majority of life through photosynthesis. But what happens when we venture into environments where light is scarce or non-existent? This is where synthetic biology steps in, offering groundbreaking solutions to power ecosystems in the most extreme conditions. Imagine a planet shrouded in perpetual darkness, where the sun's rays never reach. On Earth, such a place would be uninhabitable for most life forms, but synthetic biology could change that. By engineering organisms capable of tapping into alternative energy sources, we could create thriving ecosystems in environments once thought barren. For instance, geothermal heat energy generated from a planet's internal heat could be harnessed by specially designed microbes. These organisms might convert heat into chemical energy, much like how certain extremophiles on Earth thrive near hydrothermal vents in the deep ocean. Another possibility lies in chemical energy. Synthetic biologists could design life forms that extract energy from chemical reactions, similar to how some bacteria on Earth survive by metabolizing sulfur or methane. These organisms could form the foundation of alien ecosystems, providing energy to other engineered species higher up the food chain. Picture a network of life forms, each playing a role in converting raw energy into a form that sustains the entire system. It's a delicate balance, but one that synthetic biology is uniquely equipped to achieve. These innovations aren't just theoretical, they're already being explored in labs here on Earth. Scientists are experimenting with bacteria that can generate energy from unconventional sources, paving the way for applications beyond our planet. By adapting these technologies for alien environments, we could ensure that energy flows through these ecosystems, no matter how distant or hostile the location. The implications are staggering. With the ability to engineer organisms that harness alternative energy sources, we're not just expanding the possibilities for life, we're redefining what it means to create and sustain an ecosystem. Whether it's a moon orbiting a distant gas giant or a rogue planet drifting through the void, synthetic biology could provide the tools to turn these desolate worlds into thriving hubs of life. And in doing so, we'd be taking a giant leap toward understanding the universal principles that govern life itself. Now, let's take a closer look at one of the most critical challenges in creating alien ecosystems: overcoming environmental toxins. Picture a distant planet with an atmosphere thick with carbon dioxide or riddled with sulfuric compounds, conditions that would be deadly for most life forms as we know them. But here, where synthetic biology steps in as a game changer. By designing organisms capable of detoxifying these harsh environments, we can turn what was once a barren wasteland into a thriving, life-supporting habitat. This process is called bioremediation, and it's not entirely new to us. On Earth, we've already seen microbes and plants used to clean up oil spills, heavy metals, and other pollutants. But in the context of alien worlds, bioremediation takes on a whole new dimension. Imagine engineering microorganisms that can metabolize toxic gases like carbon dioxide or sulfuric compounds, converting them into harmless or even beneficial byproducts. These synthetic organisms could act as the first wave of life, preparing the way for more complex ecosystems to take root. For example, on a planet with a carbon dioxide-heavy atmosphere, we might introduce microbes engineered to break down the gas and release oxygen, much like how plants do here on Earth. Over time, this could create a more breathable atmosphere, paving the way for other organisms to survive and thrive. Similarly, in environments rich in sulfuric compounds, synthetic life forms could convert these toxins into stable, non-toxic minerals, effectively detoxifying the soil and water. But it's not just about survival, it's about transformation. By leveraging synthetic biology, we're not just adapting to alien environments, we're actively reshaping them to support life. This could open up entirely new possibilities for colonization, resource utilization, and even the discovery of life forms we've never encountered before. And while the idea might sound like science fiction, the principles behind it are grounded in real, cutting-edge science. The potential here is staggering. Bioremediation could be the key to unlocking the habitability of countless worlds, turning what was once uninhabitable into a canvas for life. It's a reminder that even in the harshest conditions, life, or at least the tools to create it, finds a way. When we think about designing alien ecosystems, one of the most critical challenges is ensuring that the organisms we create can thrive not just today, but for generations to come. Genetic stability is the backbone of this long-term success. Without it, the carefully engineered traits that allow these organisms to survive in harsh extraterrestrial environments could unravel over time, leading to ecosystem collapse. So how do synthetic biologists tackle this problem? One approach is to create redundant genetic pathways. Think of it like building a backup system into the organism's DNA. If one pathway fails, another can take over, ensuring that essential functions, like producing energy or resisting extreme temperatures, continue uninterrupted. It's a bit like having multiple safety nets in place, so even if one tears, the system stays intact. Another cutting-edge strategy involves the use of synthetic chromosomes. These are entirely man-made structures that can carry and regulate key genetic information. By designing these chromosomes to be highly stable, scientists can prevent unwanted mutations or genetic drift, keeping the organism's traits consistent across generations. It's like giving the ecosystem a built-in instruction manual that doesn't fade or get misread over time. But why is this so important? Imagine sending a colony of organisms to Mars to help terraform the planet. If those organisms lose their ability to survive in low oxygen or extreme cold after just a few generations, the entire mission could fail. Genetic stability ensures that the ecosystem remains functional, adaptable, and self-sustaining, qualities that are absolutely vital for any long-term extraterrestrial project. By focusing on these innovative techniques, synthetic biologists aren't just creating life, they're creating life that can endure. And that's what makes the dream of alien ecosystems not just a fleeting experiment, but a lasting reality. As we venture into the realm of creating alien ecosystems, one of the most pressing challenges isn't just technical, it's ethical. Picture this: we're standing on the precipice of designing entire ecosystems from scratch, rewriting the genetic blueprints of organisms to thrive in environments far beyond Earth. But with such immense power comes equally immense responsibility. Should we have the authority to alter life itself, even if it's for the greater good of exploration or colonization? These aren't just scientific questions, they're deeply philosophical, and they demand answers before we take the next leap. One of the biggest concerns is the potential for unintended consequences. Imagine introducing a genetically engineered microbe to Mars, designed to produce oxygen or break down toxic soil. Sounds like a win, right? But what if that microbe mutates, spreads uncontrollably, and disrupts any potential native life, or worse, makes the environment even more hostile? The risks of cross-contamination, where engineered organisms escape and thrive in ways we didn't predict, are real. And once that happens, there's no undo button. This isn't just about protecting alien worlds, it's about ensuring we don't unintentionally destroy them before we even understand them. Then there's the question of purpose. Why are we doing this? Is it purely for scientific curiosity, or are we paving the way for human colonization? If the latter, who gets to decide which planets are terraformed and which are left untouched? These decisions can't be made by a handful of scientists or corporations. They require global collaboration and input from ethicists, policymakers, and even the public. After all, the consequences of these actions won't just affect a single nation or generation. They'll ripple across the cosmos. And let's not forget the moral implications of creating life, even synthetic life, solely for human benefit. Are we playing the role of creators responsibly, or are we treating these organisms as tools to be used and discarded? Synthetic biology blurs the line between invention and intervention, and we need to tread carefully to ensure we're not crossing ethical boundaries we can't return from. So where do we go from here? The answer lies in creating robust ethical frameworks that guide how we develop and deploy these technologies. These frameworks should prioritize transparency, accountability, and respect for both the environments we're altering and the life we're creating. It's not enough to ask if we can do something, we need to ask if we should. And that's a question that will shape the future of space exploration, synthetic biology, and our place in the universe. As we venture into the realm of creating alien ecosystems through synthetic biology, we can't ignore the tangled web of legal and policy challenges that come with it. Picture this, a thriving ecosystem on Mars, designed and cultivated by scientists, but who actually owns it? Is it the nation that funded the mission, the private company that developed the technology, or humanity as a whole? These questions aren't just theoretical, they're foundational to how we move forward. Ownership rights in space are murky at best, and synthetic biology adds another layer of complexity. For example, if a genetically engineered organism thrives on another planet, who gets to decide how it's used or studied? These are the kinds of dilemmas we'll face as we push the boundaries of what's possible. But it's not just about ownership, it's also about regulation. Right now, the frameworks governing synthetic biology are largely earthbound. How do we translate those rules to extraterrestrial environments? Do we need entirely new laws, or can we adapt existing ones? One thing is clear: international cooperation will be absolutely essential. Space exploration has always been a collaborative effort, and this is no different. Without a unified approach, we risk creating a patchwork of conflicting regulations that could stifle innovation, or worse, lead to irresponsible use of this groundbreaking technology. And let's not forget the stakes here. Synthetic biology has the potential to reshape entire worlds, but it also carries risks. What happens if a genetically modified organism escapes containment and disrupts a nascent alien ecosystem? Or worse, what if it's used in ways that harm humanity's long-term interests in space? These aren't just hypotheticals, they're real concerns that demand thoughtful, proactive solutions. The key will be balancing innovation with responsibility, ensuring that the benefits of synthetic biology are shared equitably while minimizing potential harms. So where do we start? The first step is fostering dialogue among scientists, policymakers, and the public. We need to create guidelines that are both flexible enough to adapt to new discoveries and robust enough to prevent misuse. This won't be easy, but it's a challenge we can't afford to ignore. After all, the decisions we make today will shape the future of life, not just on Earth, but across the cosmos. As we marvel at the potential of synthetic biology to craft alien ecosystems, it's crucial to pause and acknowledge the hurdles standing in the way of this futuristic vision. The truth is, while the possibilities are thrilling, the technology we have today isn't quite ready to tackle the complexities of engineering life for environments we've never even set foot on. Think about it: creating an entire ecosystem from scratch, one that can thrive in the harsh, unpredictable conditions of another planet, is no small feat. It's like trying to compose a symphony with only a handful of instruments. The tools we have are powerful, but they're not yet complete. One of the biggest challenges lies in gene editing. Techniques like CRISPR have revolutionized our ability to modify DNA, but they're still relatively blunt instruments when it comes to the precision required for something as intricate as an alien ecosystem. We're talking about tweaking not just one or two genes, but entire networks of genetic interactions that dictate how organisms adapt, survive, and coexist. And let's not forget, we're doing this without the luxury of observing how life naturally evolves in these environments. It's a bit like trying to write a recipe for a dish you've never tasted, only much, much harder. Then there's the role of computational modeling. To design ecosystems that can function autonomously, we need to predict how countless variables, temperature, atmospheric composition, resource availability, will influence the behavior of engineered organisms. But our current models, while impressive, are far from perfect. They rely on data from Earth's ecosystems, which may not translate seamlessly to alien worlds. Imagine trying to predict the weather on a planet where the atmosphere is made of methane or nitrogen. Our Earth-based algorithms would need a massive overhaul. And let's not overlook bioinformatics, the field that helps us make sense of the vast amounts of biological data generated by synthetic biology projects. As we push the boundaries of what's possible, the sheer volume and complexity of this data will only grow. We'll need smarter, faster ways to analyze it, turning raw information into actionable insights. Right now, the tools at our disposal are like trying to navigate a labyrinth with an outdated map. They'll get us started, but they won't take us all the way. So what does this mean for the future? It means that while synthetic biology is a game changer, it's not a magic wand. The road ahead will require breakthroughs in gene editing, computational modeling, and bioinformatics, breakthroughs that will only come through sustained research, collaboration, and innovation. It's a reminder that every great leap forward is built on countless smaller steps, each one bringing us closer to the day when we can truly bring alien worlds to life. And that's what makes this journey so exciting. We're not just dreaming about the future. We're building it one discovery at a time now. Let's step into the heart of what makes synthetic biology's grand ambitions possible: collaboration. Creating alien ecosystems isn't just a job for biologists or engineers. It's a symphony of expertise, where multiple disciplines come together to tackle challenges that no single field could solve alone. Think about it: biology provides the blueprint for life, engineering builds the systems to sustain it, astronomy helps us understand the environments we're working with, and ethics ensures we're asking the right questions about what we're creating. It's a perfect example of how the whole is greater than the sum of its parts. Take, for instance, the challenge of designing organisms that can thrive on a planet with a completely different atmosphere. Biologists might identify the genetic tweaks needed, but engineers would design the bioreactors to test these organisms in simulated alien conditions. Astronomers, on the other hand, would provide critical data about the planet's atmosphere, gravity, and radiation levels. And ethicists, they'd be there to guide the conversation, asking whether we should create life in these environments and what the long-term consequences might be. It's this kind of interdisciplinary teamwork that turns a far-fetched idea into a tangible possibility. But collaboration isn't just about bringing people together. It's about creating a shared language. Imagine a room where a geneticist and a philosopher are trying to solve the same problem. At first, they might speak entirely different professional languages, but over time, they learn to bridge those gaps, finding common ground in their shared goal. This cross-pollination of ideas doesn't just lead to better solutions. It sparks innovation in ways that wouldn't happen within the silos of a single discipline. What's truly exciting is how this collaborative spirit mirrors the ecosystems we're trying to create. Just as a thriving alien ecosystem would depend on the interplay of countless organisms, the process of building it relies on the interplay of countless minds. And in both cases, diversity is the key to resilience. By bringing together experts from different fields, we're not just solving problems, we're opening doors to possibilities we might not have even considered. It's a reminder that the future of synthetic biology isn't just about what we can create, but how we come together to create it. Mars has long captured our imagination as the next frontier for human exploration and habitation. But transforming the barren, rust-colored landscape into a thriving ecosystem is no simple task. This is where synthetic biology steps in, offering a toolbox of possibilities to make the impossible seem within reach. Imagine a future where engineered microorganisms, tailored for the harsh Martian environment, begin the process of terraforming. These tiny biological machines could be designed to metabolize the planet's carbon dioxide-rich atmosphere, releasing oxygen as a byproduct. Over time, this could help create a breathable atmosphere, one molecule at a time. But oxygen is just the beginning. The frigid temperatures on Mars pose another challenge. Synthetic organisms could be engineered to produce heat-trapping gases like methane or ammonia to act as a kind of planetary thermostat. These gases would gradually warm the planet, melting subsurface ice and potentially creating liquid water, a cornerstone for life as we know it. And speaking of water, other synthetic microbes could be designed to extract and purify it from the Martian soil, making it available for both human use and the growth of plant life. Soil fertility is another hurdle. Mars' surface is rich in perchlorates, toxic compounds that would need to be broken down before anything could grow. Here, synthetic biology offers a solution. Engineered bacteria could detoxify the soil, converting it into a fertile medium capable of supporting crops. Picture a future where Martian greenhouses, powered by these biological innovations, grow food for human colonists while also contributing to the planet's overall ecosystem. What makes Mars such an ideal testbed for these technologies is its relative isolation. Unlike Earth, where introducing synthetic organisms could have unpredictable ecological consequences, Mars provides a controlled environment to experiment and refine these systems. The lessons learned here could then be applied to other planets or moons, expanding humanity's reach across the solar system. This case study isn't just about Mars, it's about proving that the principles of synthetic biology can be scaled to planetary levels. It's a glimpse into how we might one day transform lifeless worlds into thriving ecosystems, turning science fiction into science fact. And while the challenges are immense, the potential rewards, a second home for humanity and a deeper understanding of life's adaptability, are worth every effort. Now let's dive into a fascinating case study that brings the possibilities of synthetic biology to life, quite literally. Europa, one of Jupiter's icy moons, has long captivated scientists with its subsurface ocean, hidden beneath a thick, frozen crust. This ocean, believed to contain more than twice the volume of Earth's oceans, might just be one of the most promising places in our solar system to search for extraterrestrial life. But exploring and potentially inhabiting such an extreme environment is no small feat. This is where synthetic biology steps in as a game changer. Europa's ocean presents a unique set of challenges. First, there's the icy shell, which can be several miles thick in places. Breaking through this barrier would require organisms or robotic systems equipped with tools designed to melt, drill, or navigate through the ice. Synthetic biology could engineer microbes that produce heat or enzymes capable of breaking down ice, acting as biological icebreakers. These organisms could pave the way for exploration, creating pathways for probes or other instruments to reach the ocean below. But the challenges don't end at the surface. Europa's ocean is bathed in intense radiation from Jupiter's powerful magnetic field, which could be deadly to most forms of life as we know it. Synthetic biology offers a solution here, too. Scientists could design radiation-resistant organisms by borrowing genetic traits from Earth's hardiest extremophiles, creatures that thrive in environments with high radiation, like certain bacteria found in nuclear reactors or deep underground. By combining these traits with other adaptations, such as the ability to survive in extreme cold or high-pressure environments, synthetic biologists could create organisms uniquely suited to Europa's harsh conditions. Another intriguing possibility is using synthetic life forms to explore Europa's ocean itself. Imagine tiny, bioengineered organisms capable of swimming through the icy waters, collecting data, and even building structures or habitats. These organisms could be programmed to detect signs of life, map the ocean floor, or even produce oxygen or other essential resources for future human missions. The potential applications are vast, and synthetic biology could make them a reality. What makes Europa's case so compelling is the interplay of its challenges and opportunities. It's a perfect example of how synthetic biology doesn't just adapt to existing environments, it can also help us shape entirely new ecosystems. By designing life forms that can thrive in places like Europa, we're not just exploring alien worlds, we're laying the groundwork for a future where humanity might one day live beyond Earth. And that's the kind of vision that makes synthetic biology so exciting. It's not just about understanding life as it is, but about reimagining what life could be. Artificial intelligence is stepping into the world of synthetic biology like a master architect, reshaping how we design and test organisms for alien ecosystems. Picture this: instead of spending years in trial-and-error experiments, scientists can now rely on AI algorithms to predict how specific genetic tweaks will influence an organism's behavior, survival, and even its ability to thrive in extreme environments. These algorithms analyze vast amounts of data, spotting patterns and connections that would take humans' lifetimes to uncover. It's like having a crystal ball for biology, offering a glimpse into the future of how synthetic life might evolve. But AI's role doesn't stop at predictions. It's also a powerful tool for optimizing designs. Imagine creating a microbe capable of surviving on a planet with toxic atmospheres or extreme temperatures. AI can simulate countless genetic combinations, identifying the most promising candidates before a single experiment begins. This not only saves time and resources, but also pushes the boundaries of what's possible, allowing us to dream bigger and bolder. What's truly exciting is the synergy between AI and synthetic biology. Together, they're revolutionizing the field, turning what once seemed like science fiction into tangible breakthroughs. AI accelerates the process, making it faster and more efficient, while synthetic biology provides the raw materials for innovation. It's a partnership that's unlocking new possibilities, from designing organisms that can terraform distant planets to engineering ecosystems that mimic Earth's most resilient habitats. And here's the kicker: this isn't just about creating alien ecosystems. The lessons we learn from this fusion of AI and biology could have profound implications right here on Earth. Think about it: if we can engineer life to survive in the harshest conditions imaginable, what could that mean for solving challenges like climate change, food shortages, or even disease? The possibilities are as vast as the cosmos itself. Now let's shift our focus to a critical aspect of synthetic biology and alien ecosystems that often goes overlooked: public perception and engagement. After all, the success of any groundbreaking technology doesn't just depend on the science behind it, it also hinges on how the public understands and supports it. Think about it: no matter how innovative or transformative a technology might be, if people don't trust it or see its value, it's unlikely to gain traction. So how do we bridge the gap between the lab and the living room? It starts with education. Many people might hear terms like synthetic biology or alien ecosystems and immediately picture something out of a science fiction movie. But in reality, these fields hold incredible potential to solve real-world problems, from creating sustainable habitats to addressing environmental crises. The challenge lies in communicating this potential in a way that's clear, relatable, and inspiring. One way to do this is by highlighting the tangible benefits. For example, synthetic biology could help us design ecosystems that thrive in harsh environments, like Mars or the Moon, paving the way for future space exploration. But it's not just about the stars, it's also about Earth. Imagine using these tools to restore damaged ecosystems here at home, bringing life back to areas devastated by climate change or human activity. Stories like these can help people see the real-world impact of this technology, making it feel less abstract and more relevant to their lives. But education isn't enough on its own. Engagement is equally important. This means inviting the public into the conversation, not just as passive observers, but as active participants. Community forums, citizen science projects, and open dialogues can help people feel connected to the work being done. When individuals have a chance to ask questions, share their concerns, and even contribute ideas, they're more likely to feel a sense of ownership and support for the technology. Of course, this also means addressing the ethical considerations head-on. Synthetic biology and alien ecosystems raise complex questions about safety, responsibility, and the potential for unintended consequences. By being transparent about these challenges and involving diverse voices in the discussion, we can build a foundation of trust and ensure that these technologies are developed in a way that aligns with societal values. The bottom line: public perception isn't just a side note, it's a cornerstone of progress. By fostering understanding, encouraging participation, and tackling tough questions together, we can create a future where synthetic biology and alien ecosystems aren't just scientific achievements, but shared human endeavors. Funding and investment are the lifeblood of any ambitious scientific endeavor, and creating alien ecosystems is no exception. This isn't just about building a lab or launching a rocket. It's about funding a vision that could redefine humanity's place in the universe. The sheer scale of this undertaking means we're looking at costs that could rival some of the largest infrastructure projects on Earth. But where does this money come from, and how do we ensure it's used effectively? That's where collaboration becomes key. Governments, with their capacity for long-term investment and public funding, are natural partners. Private companies, driven by innovation and the potential for future profits, bring agility and cutting-edge technology to the table. And research institutions, with their expertise and focus on discovery, provide the intellectual foundation to turn these dreams into reality. Together, these players can create a funding ecosystem as robust as the alien ecosystems they aim to build. One promising model is public-private partnerships, where governments and businesses share both the risks and rewards. Think of it like this: a government agency might fund the initial research and development, while a private company handles the engineering and manufacturing of the equipment needed to create these ecosystems. This way, the burden of cost is distributed, and each party leverages its strengths. For example, NASA's partnerships with companies like SpaceX have already shown how collaboration can accelerate progress in space exploration. Applying a similar approach to synthetic biology could unlock unprecedented opportunities. But funding isn't just about where the money comes from, it's also about the economic implications of these investments. Developing alien ecosystems isn't just a scientific challenge, it's an economic one. The technologies created for this purpose could have ripple effects across industries, from agriculture and medicine to energy and environmental restoration. Imagine bioengineered organisms that can thrive in extreme environments on Earth, helping us combat climate change or grow crops in arid regions. The economic potential is vast, and it's not just about the distant future. Early investments in synthetic biology could yield tangible benefits within decades, making the case for funding even stronger. Of course, there are challenges. Convincing governments and investors to commit billions to a project with no guaranteed short-term returns is no small feat. That's why transparency and public engagement are so critical. By showing the world the potential of these technologies, not just for space, but for life on Earth, we can build the support needed to make these projects a reality. It's not just about funding science, it's about investing in a future where humanity can thrive both here and among the stars. And that's a vision worth pursuing. The creation of alien ecosystems isn't just a scientific challenge, it's a generational commitment. Picture this, a vision so vast and ambitious that it stretches beyond our lifetimes, shaping the future of humanity and the cosmos itself. This isn't about quick fixes or immediate results. It's about laying the groundwork for something extraordinary, something that could take decades or even centuries to fully realize. And that's where the long-term vision comes into play. At the heart of this endeavor is a roadmap, a carefully crafted plan that guides us from the first sparks of research to the grand-scale implementation of alien ecosystems. It starts with curiosity-driven science, where researchers explore the fundamental principles of synthetic biology, astrobiology, and planetary science. These early stages are all about asking the right questions. How do we design life forms that can thrive in environments vastly different from Earth? What tools and technologies will we need to engineer ecosystems on a planetary scale? And how do we ensure these systems are sustainable over the long haul? But this roadmap isn't just about science. It's also about patience and persistence. Progress won't happen overnight. There will be setbacks, unexpected challenges, and moments where the goal feels impossibly distant. That's why long-term planning is so critical. We're not just building ecosystems, we're building the institutions, collaborations, and funding models that will support this work for generations to come. Think of it as planting a tree whose shade we may never sit under, but whose fruits will nourish future explorers, scientists, and dreamers. One key aspect of this vision is scalability. Early experiments might focus on small, controlled environments, like bioreactors or sealed habitats where we can test and refine our ideas. But the ultimate goal is to expand these systems to entire planets or moons. This means thinking ahead about how to transition from lab-scale prototypes to planetary-scale engineering. It's a monumental task, but with each step forward, we get closer to turning science fiction into science fact. Another critical element is adaptability. The universe is full of surprises, and our plans will need to evolve as we learn more about the environments we're working with. What works on one planet might fail on another. That's why long-term planning must include room for flexibility and innovation, allowing us to pivot and adapt as new discoveries come to light. And let's not forget the human element. This isn't just a technical challenge, it's a deeply human one. It requires collaboration across disciplines, cultures, and even generations. It calls for a shared sense of purpose, a commitment to something bigger than ourselves. In a world often focused on short-term gains, this long-term vision reminds us of what's possible when we dare to dream big and work together toward a common goal. So as we look to the future, let's embrace the scale and scope of this challenge. Let's celebrate the small victories along the way, knowing that each one brings us closer to a future where alien ecosystems are not just possible, but thriving. It's a journey that will test our ingenuity, our resolve, and our imagination. And it's a journey worth taking for the sake of science, exploration, and the endless possibilities that lie beyond our home planet. As we marvel at the possibilities of synthetic biology in crafting alien ecosystems, it's crucial to pause and consider the potential risks that come with such transformative power. After all, every leap forward in science and technology carries the possibility of unintended consequences. What if an engineered organism escapes its designed environment? Could it disrupt existing ecosystems, or worse, lead to their collapse? These aren't just hypothetical scenarios, they're real concerns that demand careful planning and foresight. One of the most pressing risks is the accidental release of synthetic organisms into natural environments. Unlike naturally evolved species, these organisms are designed for specific functions, and their interactions with existing ecosystems are largely unknown. For example, a microbe engineered to thrive in the harsh conditions of Mars might outcompete native species if introduced to Earth, potentially destabilizing delicate ecological balances. To address this, scientists are developing containment strategies, such as designing organisms with kill switches that activate if they leave their intended habitat. These genetic safeguards ensure that engineered cannot survive outside their designated environments, significantly reducing the risk of unintended spread. Another challenge lies in predicting the long-term effects of synthetic biology on ecosystems. Even within controlled environments, interactions between engineered organisms and their surroundings can lead to unexpected outcomes. For instance, a plant designed to produce oxygen on a distant planet might inadvertently alter the soil chemistry, creating ripple effects throughout the ecosystem. To mitigate this, researchers are using advanced modeling tools to simulate these interactions before deployment. By running thousands of virtual scenarios, they can identify potential risks and refine their designs to minimize negative impacts. Public perception also plays a critical role in the responsible use of synthetic biology. Missteps or accidents, even minor ones, could erode trust in this groundbreaking field. Transparency is key. Sharing the goals, methods, and safeguards of synthetic biology projects with the public fosters understanding and collaboration. Engaging with ethicists, policymakers, and community leaders ensures that diverse perspectives are considered, helping to balance innovation with caution. Ultimately, the journey of synthetic biology is as much about responsibility as it is about discovery. By acknowledging the risks and proactively addressing them, we can harness this technology to create alien ecosystems that are not only awe-inspiring, but also safe and sustainable. The future of synthetic biology isn't just about what we can create, it's about ensuring that we create with care. What if the key to unlocking humanity's next great leap lies not just in the stars, but in the minds of the next generation? The creation of alien ecosystems isn't just a scientific endeavor, it's a beacon of inspiration for young dreamers and problem solvers. By designing ecosystems that could thrive on distant planets, we're not only pushing the boundaries of synthetic biology, but also lighting a spark in the imaginations of future scientists, engineers, and explorers. This is where education and outreach become critical. Imagine a classroom where students aren't just learning about photosynthesis or ecosystems from textbooks, but are actively engaged in designing their own alien worlds. Through hands-on projects and interactive programs, we can show them that synthetic biology isn't just about manipulating genes, it's about creating possibilities that stretch beyond Earth. These experiences can ignite a lifelong passion for discovery and innovation. But it's not just about inspiring individuals, it's about building a community. By fostering collaboration between schools, research institutions, and space agencies, we can create pathways for young people to contribute meaningfully to this field. Think of it as a bridge between the classroom and the cosmos, where students can see the real-world impact of their ideas. When a teenager designs a microorganism capable of surviving in Martian soil, they're not just completing a science project. They're taking their first step toward shaping the future of space colonization. And let's not forget the power of storytelling. Sharing the narratives of scientists who are working on these groundbreaking projects can make the field feel more accessible and exciting. Stories of trial and error, breakthroughs, and even failures can show young people that science is a journey, not a destination. It's about curiosity, resilience, and the courage to ask, what if? The potential here is immense. By inspiring the next generation, we're not just preparing them for careers in synthetic biology and space exploration, we're empowering them to dream bigger and bolder. These young minds will bring fresh perspectives and innovative solutions to challenges we can't yet imagine. After all, the ecosystems they design today could one day thrive on planets we've yet to discover. So how do we ensure this inspiration takes root? It starts with making science accessible, relatable, and exciting. By showing young people that they have a role to play in this grand adventure, we're not just shaping the future of synthetic biology, we're shaping the future of humanity itself. And that's a legacy worth building. Picture a world where scientists from every corner of the globe come together, united by the shared goal of creating ecosystems unlike anything we've ever seen. This isn't just a dream, it's the reality of synthetic biology today. Crafting alien ecosystems isn't something one country or team can tackle alone. It's a challenge so vast and complex that it demands the collective effort of nations, experts, and institutions working hand in hand. Global collaboration in this field isn't just helpful, it's absolutely essential. Think about it. No single country has all the resources, expertise, or technology needed to engineer entirely new forms of life or design ecosystems that could thrive in extraterrestrial environments. By pooling resources, sharing knowledge, and combining strengths, we can accelerate progress in ways that would be impossible in isolation. But it's not just about the science. This kind of collaboration also helps us navigate the ethical and legal challenges that come with creating alien ecosystems. Questions about ownership, responsibility, and the potential consequences of introducing synthetic life into new environments are complex and multifaceted. By working together, we can develop frameworks and guidelines that ensure these breakthroughs are handled responsibly, with respect for both the environment and humanity's long-term interests. Take the International Space Station, for example. It's a shining example of what global cooperation can achieve. Scientists from dozens of countries have collaborated on research that has expanded our understanding of life in space. Now, imagine applying that same spirit of partnership to synthetic biology. By fostering international networks of researchers, we could share data, troubleshoot challenges, and innovate faster than ever before. This kind of collaboration also opens the door to diverse perspectives. When scientists from different cultural, scientific, and ethical backgrounds come together, they bring unique ideas and approaches to the table. This diversity of thought is crucial for tackling the unprecedented challenges of creating alien ecosystems. It ensures that we consider every angle, from the technical details to the broader implications for humanity and the universe. Of course, global collaboration isn't without its hurdles. Differing regulations, funding disparities, and even language barriers can slow progress, but the potential rewards far outweigh the challenges. By breaking down these barriers and fostering a spirit of unity, we can push the boundaries of what's possible, not just for synthetic biology, but for the future of life itself. So as we look to the stars and dream of new worlds, let's remember that the journey to create alien ecosystems is one we must take together. It's a reminder that no matter where we come from, we're all part of the same story. A story of exploration, innovation, and the shared pursuit of knowledge. Picture this: a distant planet, once barren and lifeless, now teeming with vibrant ecosystems engineered entirely by human ingenuity. This isn't science fiction. It's a future where synthetic biology transforms our ability to create and sustain alien ecosystems. By harnessing the tools of genetic engineering, we could design organisms capable of surviving in extreme environments, turning inhospitable worlds into thriving habitats. Imagine microbes engineered to produce oxygen on Mars, or algae that thrive in the icy oceans of Europa. These aren't just dreams, they're real possibilities on the horizon of synthetic biology. But the implications go far beyond mere survival. Synthetic biology could allow us to craft entirely new forms of life, tailored to the unique conditions of alien worlds. Think of it as nature, but rewritten, a symphony of DNA sequences designed to harmonize with extraterrestrial environments. These organisms wouldn't just survive, they'd flourish, creating self-sustaining ecosystems that could support human colonies for generations. And as we push the boundaries of what's possible, we might even discover entirely new branches of life, fundamentally reshaping our understanding of biology itself. The possibilities don't stop there. Synthetic biology could also play a crucial role in terraforming, transforming planets to make them more Earth-like. By introducing engineered organisms that modify atmospheres, stabilize temperatures, or even break down toxic compounds, we could turn hostile worlds into welcoming homes. It's a monumental task, but one that could redefine humanity's future, making the stars not just a destination, but a place to thrive. Of course, this future isn't without its challenges. Ethical questions abound. Should we alter alien worlds, even if it means creating life where none existed before? And what happens if these engineered organisms escape our control, potentially disrupting ecosystems we don't yet understand? These are complex issues that will require careful thought and collaboration across disciplines. But one thing is certain: synthetic biology holds the key to unlocking a future where humanity isn't confined to Earth. It's a future where we become cosmic gardeners, shaping the universe itself to create a legacy among the stars. The role of synthetic biology in shaping alien ecosystems is nothing short of revolutionary. It's a bold reminder of humanity's capacity to dream big and push the boundaries of what's possible. By life at its most fundamental level, we're not just exploring new worlds, we're building them from the ground up. Imagine turning a lifeless, desolate planet into a vibrant, self-sustaining ecosystem teeming with organisms designed to thrive in conditions we once thought impossible. It's a vision that blends science fiction with cutting-edge science, and it's happening right now. Of course, this journey isn't without its hurdles. Designing that can survive and flourish in alien environments requires an extraordinary level of precision and creativity. We're talking about creating organisms that can withstand extreme temperatures, scarce resources, and atmospheres that would be toxic to life as we know it. But these challenges are also opportunities, chances to innovate, to learn, and to grow. Every problem we solve brings us one step closer to making the cosmos a little more hospitable, not just for humanity, but for all forms of life we might one day bring with us. The implications of this work are profound. Beyond the scientific breakthroughs, synthetic biology offers us a chance to rethink our relationship with the universe. It's not just about survival, it's about creating a legacy. By crafting ecosystems on distant worlds, we're planting the seeds of a future where life flourishes far beyond the confines of Earth. It's a testament to our ingenuity, our curiosity, and our unyielding desire to explore the unknown. As we stand on the brink of this new frontier, one thing is clear: the future isn't something we passively wait for. It's something we actively shape, one discovery at a time. The stars are no longer out of reach, they're a canvas, waiting for us to paint them with the vibrant colors of life. Thank you for joining us on this incredible journey through the possibilities of synthetic biology and alien ecosystems. If you've enjoyed this exploration, don't forget to subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments below. Together, let's keep imagining and creating the future.